This is brain stew. One of the few descending bassline cliches that gets used a lot. It's either Andalusian cadence, brain stew, or a chromatic walk down. Like, those are the main three. What's good? Let's analyze some video game music. So, I let people in my Discord chat suggest songs from game soundtracks for me to listen to and try to analyze live as I hear it. If you want to catch this live without any of the edits, you can go to case.dog/stream. Let's get into it. All right, this is from Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. It was suggested by 2Guard in the chat. And this is Studying the Factory. Let's listen through to this whole thing and then go back and break it down. Ah. We got that descending line. Sound like almost like organ plus choir samples doing the top. This big orchestra hit. Ah, and we modulate. And we keep descending. Okay. We've gotten more hopeful. Ooh, big crashes, big crashing noises. We have like an engine starting up as a sample. Something that sounds like a piano being dropped. And they're there the whole time, they just get really loud right before the loop point, it sounds like. Yeah, this is definitely like a factory level. You can hear all the machinery samples. Listen through this loop one more time. See if I missed anything. It's got like a reed, upper reed thing. Almost like a bagpipe being added to the top. Like doubling the main melody. You can't be too threatening for too long with Kirby music. It's gotta come back to a little bit of happy-go-lucky. Unless you're in a boss battle and you're fighting like a nightmare hell demon. And right before it goes into those mechanical samples, it has like all this kind of... The chords get a little more like dissonant and ominous. Then it loops back around. All right, so this is about 1.5 minutes, it seems like the loop is. Don't know why, but that bass really evokes strong feelings of nostalgia. The bass line is very, like, especially the melody, is very, it's very cliche. It's used in a lot of stuff. What is it exactly? Oh, that's different than what I thought. Okay, so That's what we're doing. We're starting on A, going down to G, going down to F sharp, but not playing like a full F sharp. It's just sort of a passing. Then we go to F, and then E. This is Brain Stew. It's that. One of the few descending bassline cliches that gets used a lot. It's either Andalusian cadence, brain stew, or a chromatic walk down. Like, those are the main three. This is the brain stew variety. All right, and sometimes it steps down even lower to that D and then goes back up to E. And it'll do that. But it's definitely sticking around an E, which is the 5 of the root chord. Land on it. And just keep landing on that E. Yeah. And then we jump. F sharp, and that jump from A to F sharp like that. And it's an A minor, it sounds like, to F sharp major. There are not many like notes that are shared between these two scales. This one, the first chord on it is all black keys, and A minor is all white keys. However, we did have some in one of the like borrowed-ish chords as it moves chromatically. So we're jumping essentially from E minor to F sharp major. Okay, yeah. So we have this F sharp. Then it goes to E flat minor. So we start with and we dance between these two for a little bit. And occasionally go down to so this is a very helpful. We've seen this before, where the bass does that half step down, but it actually changes chords like a fifth. It's just that this is the one note that's switching that you can put in that voicing. That's the least distance, so it just does that. Okay, and then it gets scary minor. And that sounds like we're just back in E minor. Yeah, and then we fall chromatically from E minor down to E flat and then D. And I think that takes us back. It does the percussion loop a couple times. And then just lands back into A. So this, by virtue of taking that percussion break, is able to avoid having to go from the chord that it resolves to back to A. However, it still pretty much works. And even without that percussive break, it's still a sensible transition. You'll definitely notice, if you're listening to it, you'll definitely notice that you've changed keys, but it doesn't sound too out of place. It's not like a brand new song has just started. It's still relatively close in terms of harmonic relations. It's a 4. That totally caught me off guard that that's F sharp. And it's like an F sharp major 7 or something. So that's why it was confusing me. It's got intervals from like other chords in it. That's an interesting modulation. It's up 2 steps, and then major instead of minor, or up 1 step. Up 1 whole step, and then making it major instead of minor. Definitely like a juxtaposition between those 2 sections. And the way that the melody works, it's like mechanical repetition. It has one phrase, it does it again. And it's just stepping very intentionally. It's not doing any like, no like crazy glissandos or whatever. There's a little bit of, you know, with the orchestra hits and stuff, but it's mostly staying in its lane melody-wise. It's not doing crazy stuff like the Zelda thing was, where it's totally out of key. And that's cool. I dig that. That's basically all of Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, studying the factory. That one's pretty good. I'm gonna give that one a 4. I'm gonna give that one a 4 out of 5. It sounds really satisfying. I really like the brain stew chord progression. I love that. The modulation is really out there, but it makes good use of all of its elements. Especially using the descending bass line idea in different places with 2 different keys. That's cool. It definitely gives, you know, something traveling down the assembly line. Those lo-fi machine percussion samples are so fucking cool. So that's gonna be a 4 out of 5 for me. That's another waxing gibbous. Thank you to Tugar for suggesting that one. All right, how do you think I did? If you like the analysis, hit like. If you want to see more stuff like this in the future, hit subscribe and the bell to make sure you see when new videos go up. Let me know what you think. Is there anything you think I missed? Let me know in the comments. I would love the feedback. If you want to catch me doing this live without any edits, just figuring things out as I go, you can check out case.dog/stream and see when I'm live. And if you want to submit a song yourself, you can check out my Discord channel for it at case.dog/VGM. I'll see you next time.